Welcome to Ferry's Film Vault, the show that gives you random film reviews through my perspective. Now that summer has ended, I thought this would be the perfect time to do some mini restructuring to the show. Nothing really major, but starting from the next episode onwards, I'm going to be including some random old news and rumors and other stuff from around the industry that caught my interest to the beginning segment of the show, which we'll be calling Old News and Rumors. I've actually implemented this to the past few episodes, so if you've seen them, it's going to be similar to that. But now we're putting a label on it. Now that the announcement is over, today I'll be reviewing the first film review request in the history of FFV ever. Ferry, when is the next episode coming out? Will you review M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender? You thought I forgot, didn't you? I wouldn't do that because I like you a lot. Now don't take that too seriously.
You are the last of your kind, all that remains of a once powerful nation.
I knew you were real. I always knew you returned.
You are the only one who can bring balance to a world at war. But some will stop at nothing to destroy you.
The Last Airbender is an action-adventure family fantasy film which follows the adventures of Aang, a young successor to a long line of avatars who brought peace and balance to the land, who must put his childhood ways aside to stop the Fire Nation from enslaving the Water, Earth, and Air nations. It's based on the popular animated TV series Avatar: The Last Airbender by Nickelodeon, which is apparently adored by both young and old. It's written, produced, and directed by M. Night Shyamalan, who've done films like The Sixth Sense, Signs, Lady in the Water, Unbreakable, and so on. And I really love some of his films, so I'm always rooting for him to make another great film. It stars Noah Ringer, Nicola Peltz, Jackson Rathbone, Dev Patel, and so on. I don't really know who these actors are except for Dev Patel, and usually when that happens, the main cast would pretty much make or break the film for me. Before I get started, a little confession: I've never watched the animated TV series prior to watching this in the theater a few years back. I've heard a lot of bad things about it and it was completely pooped on by fans of the TV series, but that's it. I've avoided reading any of the critics and comments made, and yes, you heard me right, I watched this in the theater. My initial reaction was that it was alright. It's not memorable to me, but I thought it wasn't as bad as what people made it out to be. Nonetheless, I've finally given it another watch for this review with a complete fresh set of eyes and mindset, so let's get this going. Nothing against child actors, but I thought the performances by the main three protagonists were pretty darn bad. They felt stiff and I could tell that they're acting, if you know what I mean. I don't know why I didn't see it before. A lot of the action scenes felt slow, and one of the most memorable action moments to me was actually a hilarious one. And it happened during the middle of a long single take too, where this group of earthbenders did a choreographed kung fu moves to make a boulder float gently towards the bad guys. Just watch. That's just freaking hilarious to me. And considering that the budget for this film is around $150 million, with ILM leading the charge for its visual effects, there are some pretty bad ones like this green screen effect. I mean, what happened? I just realized that I haven't said anything positive about this film, and yet for some reason I don't have the heart to give this a horrendous, and I don't know why. Therefore, I'm giving this a bad. It's demographic for kids after all. Never would I ever think that adults are their main target audience. And for that reason, I guess most of the faults are forgiven? What do you think? Is that enough of a reason? Let me know below.
Destinies are tied, Zuko.
We started a rebellion.
He will need you.
And we all need him.
And now it's time for me to go back to my ice ball under the ocean to sleep for 100 years. If you didn't realize it, the episode is coming to an end, but before you and I go, be sure to post any sort of comments you might have below. And if you have any film review requests, that would also be the place to post them. Additionally, if you like the show, be sure to show us your love and support by subscribing. It's just one click away, super simple. So you'll be in the know as to when the newest episode is being posted and etc. But that's it, folks. I'll see you at the next review.